This is to do with Trail 5, isn't it? The human temple.
Yes.
That we're not one thing. We're not just one room. A person is really more like a castle that's got a foyer area. There's got a banquet area. It's got a banquet area. It's got the bedrooms. It's got meeting hall rooms. It's got the king's chamber, queen's chamber, armory area. It's got all these different dimensions, but it's also got like a chapel.
Yes.
And so
yes.
When you meet a person in terms of our human assembly, we can be located in different departments of ourselves. For example, when a person goes into their emotions, the consciousness goes into the throat area. So you can see in body language, when a person touches on a delicate subject and they put their hand, people put their hand in this area, which is a shielding to the neck area, which is the seat of the emotions, or they'll touch their chest. This is another area that gets affected by the emotions, a shock. The hand goes there to really reassure the energies, like to fortify the energies of that system. So a person can be in their head, which we know is more intellectual. And so when two people meet, there's this fascinating, it's another whole conversation, but where are you in your temple? Where are you in your castle? Because if one person's upstairs and the other person's downstairs, for example, we say, I'm hungry. We use the word I for everything. I'm hungry. But are you hungry, or is it your stomach? It's your stomach. Your stomach needs food, right? Yeah. So we say I, but we say I'm hungry, I'm cold, it's your skin, I'm interested, it's your brain, I'm upset, it's your emotions. We wander through the castle like drunken lost souls, not knowing which room we're in. So if you've got two people doing that, you have less chance of harmonizing. So this has gone into in Trail 5, but just to touch on the other two trails, Trail 6 is about the universe. Yes. And that's a similar thing, because we can be connected into moon level. It sounds strange saying it like that, but a moon level frequency, a planetary level frequency, or a sun level frequency, or a star level frequency. And there's a kind of scale to the creation, which we talk about in other videos. And depending where you're connected at a particular time, it's going to affect how the flow of energy runs with another person and with other beings, right? So it's amazing how each subject arcs over to others.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that I love so much about the Ruby Mountain course, because there's the written work and there's all the extra videos and that we've made explaining things, but it's the live meeting that's part of it, where people get a chance to ask questions and to delve into some of these deeper, and it's very live. And talk about energy flow and relationships. I think, well, people have said that and reflected back. That's what they really, really appreciate, is that people from all over the world to come together, and you're actually listened to, and we're interested in people's experiences and the whole opening up this great mystery, because there are bits and pieces that are understood and that are useful, but we're going into the future, a whole new realm that's never been before. We're in a different part of the universe. This is part of why the great changes and what's been happening with the human race is that we're moving into a new time, and it's unexplored. So there's so much to discuss and to explore and to research and to open up and to figure out what to do, how to deal with it, how to be. So that's touching upon energy flow from the future, which in our last video, I think there's enough evidence and so many different examples of how that's happening. There is a new energy flowing into this world, and I think these sorts of questions about energy and the electrics and the aura and these exchanges between humans are more important than they've ever been.
Yeah. Just to mention something about Trail 7, because I think we've touched a little bit on each trail as the conversation naturally ran on. It's about the mind and brains and emotions. Right. And this is another, just the subject of the emotions is another whole territory, and to do with relationships, obviously, because previous hurts, our emotional state, are we up or down the emotional bar? And just to say one thing about it, which I think is so amazing in the study, and it's a part of Trail 7, which is that there's basically two emotional states, which is you can be locked into your own emotions, which is a kind of magnetic state. And that's when a person's, it's really all about me, and it's all about how I feel and my upsets and my past and my history, and I'm waiting for somebody to understand me and all this. And it is very magnetic. It's quite hard to bust out of it once you're caught in that kind of whirlpool. The other emotional state is if you can escape that, and actually your same sensing, emotional, detecting, feeling faculties are directed out. You're not so self-obsessed, and you're actually out sensing the world again, as we did when we were children, before we worried about our identity. And this is the difference between, for example, approaching a tree or some other, or an animal or some type of life form, including humans, and being actually interested in, open to them, sensing them, to see what will happen. What's this life about? What's going on with it? As opposed to, what am I going to get out of this?
Right.
How am I going to impact? How am I going to impress? Can I get a selfie? You know, this self-obsession. Because there's no end to that self-obsession thing. It's like a dog chasing its tail. The way we grow is actually getting our faculties back out there and feeling the world, feeling good things. It's understandable they close down because the world has a lot of electrical pollutants. So we tend to like lock yourself in your room and lock yourself in your own auric processes. But the way out is to remember the mountains, remember the sky, remember the stars, and your faculties start to open up again, and you touch again that urge to enter the mystery of life. Those big wheels are still turning, great energies are still flowing, and wanting to be part of that, not isolated out from it.